Well, hey y'all, and welcome to the Hillbilly Chicken Ranch. I'm Susan, your hostess. This is hashtag Garden Tour Club and hashtag Weird Container Growing 24, hosted by Gail Southern Living. We are looking at my welcome sign here. I need to get out here and do some work on my flower bed, but our marigolds are doing quite well this year. We have marigolds growing in all of our buckets, so I'm excited about that. The mint back here is looking really, really good. I may get out here and actually start harvesting a little bit of that and getting it dried for tea. We've got lilies coming up in this bed, so probably the next video or so, y'all will see the lilies in bloom. Isn't that nice? And my irises have just gone bonkers this year, although they do need to be thinned out. And the Statum's doing good. My naked ladies or surprise lilies are starting to fade back, so we should be seeing those very shortly as well. I do love my flower beds, y'all. I wish I could do more than I used to do. We still have to get out here and get rid of some of these plants, these trees or bushes that are coming up that are not what we want in our flower bed, especially close to the house. So my yard needs to be cut, so y'all pardon all the weeds. The guys are supposed to be out here sometime today, I believe. But we're going to walk over here to the steps that we don't use because we don't have a porch on here, and it's kind of hard to get in and out of that door anyway. Remember that blue basket? That is one of my weird container growing things. My flowers are all popping up in there. I'm excited about that. We've actually gotten rid of some of that poison on our house. I've been spraying it with vinegar, salt, and a little bit of dish soap. You want it to be hot out when you spray it, so it really works. I still got that one little basil hanging on there. I don't see any more basil coming up. I think I need to go buy some basil seed and try to restock that. This is amaranth. It's doing really well. And I'm just going to lift that tray out when they get a little bit bigger, divide it up, and then plant it in 4 different places. The cousin of zinnia is not up yet. I don't know if I planted them too deep or what. I don't have any nasturtium showing. Well, yeah, I do have one nasturtium showing in there, right there. And I have a blue flax finally. There's my one and only bluebell, and it's doing very, very well. Let me walk around to the front. I can't walk on the other side because it's just full of poison, but this oregano only has one little spot of oregano in it. But this oregano is just packed full. And this is my echinacea. It's doing very, very well. The chamomile is coming up. I actually have 2 trays of chamomile. This is lemon balm, and this is my other tray of chamomile. Let's see. The small pink mystery flowers have not peeked through. Well, yeah, there is one right there. And then this pot back here has sage. I need to weed out my chicken and hens, and I need to divide them out. Since the last time we were here, my parsley has decided to bloom. So that's parsley. And I see some growth in here, but I don't think that is my sundrops. It is a type of iris, so I don't think that's going to be what that is coming up. This is my cilantro, and I'm going to be harvesting this probably within a few weeks. Now, cilantro is also, don't get me lying, I can't think of the name of the other one, but when it goes to seed, it's called something else, but that's cilantro there. That's very good for detoxifying your body of heavy metals. So it is a medicinal in that aspect. My rosemary, I've got a few little rosemary here and there. Rosemary is one of those that I have trouble growing, so I may go and buy some more of that seed and plant another pot and see if we can't get it going good. I did move my lavender out here. I still am not seeing any lavender, and I moved my chives so that they could get stronger because they get more sun over here. This one is onions, and I don't see any of my other plants in there. I think that was supposed to be dill. I may have to replant the dill because I see the dill label down there. So we'll replant the dill. We did have a frost date, past the frost date, the last frost date. It got down to, I think, 34 degrees, but it did not damage any of my plants. This is leeks and onions. I'm companion planting. And y'all, I got to get out here and do weeding. I haven't been able to get outside as much as I wanted to. This, I believe I've got some volunteer tomato plants in there, but I think this is spinach. It looks like spinach. My labels have faded out from the sun. This is the muscari, and I don't think that's muscari coming up in there, so I'm not sure, but I'm going to let it go for a little while longer and see if we can't get some muscari out of that. These two planters are my ginger root, and they're not coming up yet. It's a little early for them, and it's a little cold for them. They like the weather to be about 70 degrees and above to really start popping out. But they did have the nodes on them when I planted them, so they should be fine. This is lettuce. I'm pretty sure lettuce or spinach, one of the two. And my onions. I've companion planted there. And I'm looking forward to actually having some lettuce. This is the bed. This is a weird container bathtub. And we do have some beets coming up in here. So I'm excited to see that. There's a lot of beets in there. This is my onions, companion planted with radish. And the radishes look a little yellow, but they'll pop back. I'm also watching for snakes because my grass has gotten so high. And I don't want to get snake bit. We do live outside a state park, and we do have a lot of snakes here. In Tennessee, snakes are protected. This is companion planted onions and carrots. The carrots are doing really, really well this year. I'm excited. I'm hoping I get a good crop of carrots. And yes, they do need to be a little bit thinned out, but you know, I may not thin them too much. This is also onions and carrots, so I'm excited about that. We are actually going to harvest this because they are coming to mow. This is red clover in my yard, and it is healthy for you. So we're going to harvest some of that. I'm going to get that in my pocket. If I see any more out here, I may go grab some more. This is the established asparagus bed, and of course I've missed some of my asparagus. It's getting quite tall. That stalk is way up there. I don't like to let it go to seed, but it's already going to seed on me, these tall ones, but all it does is replant into my bed, so that's okay. And this is also companion planted with my beets, and there are some beets in there, so I'm going to have to be really careful when I'm harvesting out of this. And this last one is my onions companion planted with my broccoli. And there are at least 3 broccoli plants, maybe 4 in there, and it looks like some volunteer tomatoes also in that one. And I do see some more red clover. So we're going to come over here and just collect that. That'll probably go into a tea. Okay, we're going to get out of here. I got to go back here. My raspberries look like they're dormant and they're not doing anything. They may not do anything this year, but the roots are in the ground. So I'm hoping next year we may have some raspberries out of this. And we've got to get out here and get this grass off of my spots where my husband just dug a hole and planted. So right down here, right there is the raspberry I got from my friend. We got some more of that poison ivy or poison Virginia creeper. I got to get over here and spray it. When you spray it with a salt and vinegar and soap, you want to spray close to the roots and you want to spray all the way to the tip of the plants. It will get down into the soil and it will actually kill the roots. So we want to use that. Let me go down here and I'm going to move my cage because I really can't see it without the cage over it. This one is one we bought, and you can see that the stem, the one little thing it had on it has dried up, but it should pop back next spring. So we're hoping we'll get some raspberries out of that in the spring, summer months of next year. And then my last one down here, I'm not going to move the cage, but it's that this little stick sticking out. And it's got some little hairy things on it. It looks healthy. It just doesn't have any green on it. The gardenias are still not blooming, but we've had several cold snaps, so it may have made them dormant. We're just going to leave them alone. I'm going to come out here before the next rain, and I'm going to add some Epsom salt around the base of the plants to kind of help the roots. So I've got 7 of these, and I'm going to just leave them be. I'm not watering them. I'm allowing Mother Nature to water them right now. When it gets really hot, though, I will be out here giving it a drink of water when I do water my garden. Also, I've got the gardenias planted along the ridge there. This is where our daylilies are that came with the property, and they will be blooming this summer into fall. They're beautiful. We have decided we're going to take this side of the driveway and we're going to plant all of our irises once the blooms come off. So my husband's going to get out here and dig it up for me really well, and we'll get those into the ground. And it should be a beautiful spring show every year, and we may add some daffodils over here as well. For the last 2 weeks, I have been pulling blooms, and then I started allowing the blooms to start forming the strawberries. So we've got a strawberry forming there. We've got several of them, and a little bug working those right there. And they're all doing very well, and the one that hadn't come up has finally decided to peek through. So that's one tower, and this is my second tower here. And I've got flowers and strawberries forming on those as well. And some of them are looking very, very healthy, so I'm excited about that. We are at the planters that we have planted sweet potatoes. So I may have to turn the light on. So I don't know if you can tell the difference or not, but those are sweet potatoes peeking through. This one has sweet potato slips that we had left over from sweet potatoes last year. And I had a spider web in the top. They haven't peeked through yet. Well, we got one that's starting to peek through. But they will be coming through very, very shortly. This is also sweet potatoes. And they're doing very, very well. We've got another spider web on top of this, but these are our potatoes, red potatoes, and they're doing very, very well. We're going to actually be adding soil and some more straws to these to really boost the growth. And then once the can is full, you know, the container is completely full, we just let them grow. And then we allow them to die back before we harvest. My straw bales are showing grass signs, but no signs of mushrooms yet, but it's getting very, very close. You have to soak these thoroughly to grow in them. And they will, you know, decompose over time, and you can use the decomposed straw as garden soil for your next year. This is the rhubarb. Look at that beautiful rhubarb in there. I can actually take my little label out of there. I know what's in there. My tomatoes are all doing very, very well. And the onions are coming up. And with those are companion planted with onions. These are the Roma tomatoes. I believe they are a determinate. They grow like a bush. They don't vine. So we will probably just stake them off and not worry too much with them. We have a lot of tomatoes out here, y'all. And this is another one of my weird containers. It's an old basket. It says Le Fleur on the front. That has marigolds planted. So you can see all of the tomatoes. I mean, we've got 30 plants out here so far. We're actually going to be planting more tomatoes. And I'm coming to look because we've got some that are budding. These are the purple heirloom tomatoes. And let's see if I can get you where you can see the buds. They're right there. They should start producing fruit very shortly. My husband did this. He saw something online, and so he's trying it out on these Roma tomatoes. And I like the little two-prong TP that he has posted in here so that they can have some kind of support system. And that is coming up. I forgot what I planted in here. It is a companion plant. I think it's nasturtium. Or no, this is borage. I planted borage with some of these. So that's borage coming up. So he did a really good job on these. See, they go up. And this one has onions and maybe some borage in there or nasturtiums. Also, we had one that broke, one tomato plant that broke, but I went ahead and I planted the top piece, and it's coming up. And there's some more of that borage in there. We are at this is the heirloom pink. We're not sure if these are Arkansas tomato plants or I call them Arkansas travelers. They would be an indeterminate. We'll know more about them as they grow. And they are full of buds as well. And we're at the last of the Roma tomatoes here. And we've got to get somebody in here to really weed eat. I do want to show you down through here. Those are wild blackberries, all in bloom. We don't harvest those. We allow the birds to get those. So that's what we do with those. It's too hard to get in that hill to collect those. I wish I could. If I was younger, I might be able to. But they're growing all up and down our little hill here. This hill part to that driveway there, the farm road, is our property. So it goes over there. The cabbages are doing excellent. I did companion plant these, I do believe, and I don't remember what I planted in here. But this one is really coming up. I don't remember what I put in here though. But this is a fast vantage cabbage, so that's exciting. We still got the one little lily over here. We didn't do anything with that yet. And this is planted with turmeric. So we've got turmeric in here. And I don't see any of it coming up yet, but it is a little cold for it yet. I did pick up a second spinner from the Amish. I'm going to be doing a how-to video on this very shortly. I wanted to let y'all know to be on the lookout for that video, and they are beautiful. I have to go get the right type of beads though, and I want to make sure I have everything together before I start working on that. These are the purple irises that we did get planted, and they are absolutely gorgeous. I didn't tell y'all in the last video, but the state flower for Tennessee is the iris. So you will see lots and lots of irises in the spring, sometimes in the summer, in the state of Tennessee. The thyme is taking its time growing, but it's started to get 4 leaves on some of them, so it won't be long until this basket will be ready to plant in the yard. And this is another one of my weird containers. We are at the blackberries, y'all. This is the ones that we planted 2 years ago. So the vines are doing very, very good. They're healthy. We have 23 blackberry vines, I believe. We have another anthill that has overtaken our kitty cat's grave. It looks like my husband has put some diatomaceous earth on it. So we're hoping that will kill the nest. And then we can clean off her grave and get all these weeds out of here. This is my rose bush, and I've got to get out here and trim all these dead limbs off of it. All those dead briars. One of the blackberries we planted last year, it's doing very, very good. I don't see any buds on it, but we may get some buds out of this year. It looks like we might have a bud starting right in there. So we're going to, yeah, there's a couple of buds on this. We might get some blackberries out of this year. And I will be giving it another dose of fertilizer, because this ground is sandy dirt. It has hardly any nutrients in it. And they go all the way up to the end of the fence line there, over to our chicken house. That's the end of the tour, folks. Thank you for watching. Make sure you go and thank Miss Gail for hosting these awesome, awesome collaborations. Weird Container Growing 24 and Garden Tour Club. I will put the playlists in the description box below. There's a lot of channels that are participating that have great gardens and ideas from all different grow zones. So y'all make sure you go and check those out as well. Thank you for watching, and may you be fully blessed.